Hi, it's Joanne. Shame if you're watching A Murder at the End of the World, Season 1, Chapter 4, Family Secrets. I am so excited for this episode, especially given the way the last one ended. A reminder that if you're watching on YouTube, you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon. Take an advance, edited version, one week in advance, and let's go. I mean, are we coming here under the basis that they think somebody else snuck in and killed everyone? Because otherwise we're all just being locked in with the murderer.
If the man had a heart attack.
I want to know what Darby thinks.
That's what she does.
Someone had taken it out, plugged it in, and turned it on.
They're not covering up their tracks very well. I mean, they are in the sense that we don't know who it was, but...
Police can't get here with the storm closing in. It's going to be at least 48 hours, probably 7 days.
Good.
That's okay.
There's been an avalanche at the pass where the storm's already hit.
What about your
Convenient.
You think you're keeping him safe from us?
Yeah, that's his primary job, is the guy who pays him. It's fascinating to me that Andy didn't take his child and his wife with him.
How can we do anything together? We don't know who did this. We
Mm-hmm.
don't know why.
Your electronics.
No.
Internet shut down till after the storm anyway.
But I would be like, under what legality are you taking my electronics from me? Like, no, you can't have it. I know we're prisoners here, technically speaking, but no, you can't have my electronics.
We don't fully understand, so we find who's at the other end of the line.
I hope we can trust you.
Dark side of the moon in minus 175 degrees Celsius.
But you had, like, a space suit, didn't you? Superwoman? Okay, yeah, that was basically a spacesuit. So with this place, I would not trust that it hadn't been tampered with.
I'd rather not wait in my room for someone to come inject me with morphine in my sleep.
Good.
Yeah. You're not wrong with that one. I just hope we can trust Astronaut Lady.
But Bill was injected with morphine. That's not a hack.
No. But whoever murdered Bill knew how to break the hotel security protocol and delete themselves from the footage. And that is a hack.
I know I'm repeating myself, but I really hope we can trust
I think Bill
this
is
lady.
covering something his first. So what do you think the secret is? I don't know.
Zoom is his son.
But it must be
I don't know how that would be connected to the program signal, but you know.
the plan was to carry on. Yeah, but carry on with what?
Mm-hmm. Exposing whatever Andy's up to. Oh dear.
Shit.
She's good with computers. For someone who can't hack, that looked a lot like hacking to me. But we are now suspicious of you again.
You think what Bill uncovered is connected to Andy?
I don't know. I just
Be
think it's weird.
logical, but he could also have been trying to get close to another attendee.
I mean, why wasn't Anne? What is this place?
His
Really?
last resort place for the future, like
Andy has run a lot of climate
a rich person
projections.
bunker.
He thinks the extremes. There's too much money in coal, oil, industrial agriculture. No
All
one
the
is gonna
people
move
with that
them.
money have their own private bunker hotels.
Knowledge is going to. I'll tell you this, but you cannot repeat it if we get out of here alive.
Jesus.
Bronson Industries. I think he's been draining the funds for something else. Probably this place, but he won't say.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think walking would have been safer. The wedding ring that leads them to the wife.
I sneeze in transitions from dark to bright light.
Pull my leg, Bill.
No, I'm serious. It's genetic. My father has it too.
Okay, we're immediately going to be seeing Zuma do that.
Take these then, sweet.
Yep. We're getting close.
7 at least.
Yeah, why not? In middle school, my mom.
think he
used to
has
see this
one.
psychic called Faye Winter. She said, "I'm only gonna have one kid,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be with someone I slept with only one time."
You believe that shit?
No, of course not. That's why
Well,
I'm
that-
having 7 kids. This is a-
That psychic is apparently extremely psychic.
First life that a serial killer takes, it tends to be someone he knows.
Yeah, in this case it was his wife. Wasn't it
So
in the
he gets
first
a taste
episode?
for it.
Can we talk about something else?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
She's a little too intense to the investigations, even more so than he is.
You okay?
Yeah.
He's a lot older than you,
It's
sweetheart.
intense what we saw today.
She's at least initiating. Just try not to take advantage of her. Also could be because she's been drinking. Both the taste and also she's not fully consenting if she's drunk. I don't like their age gap at this point.
Do you want to kiss me?
Yeah.
Clarify your age difference, please, my loves. Though I do like that he kind of made it plain, tried to not take advantage of her or rush anything. If you do, I mean, she's able to hack things, so maybe she could be the murderer. But if you do end up stranded, I guess Astronaut Lady is the one you'd want to be stranded with. Unless she's the murderer, in which case that would have been a prime opportunity for murder. Oh god, is she about to be murdered because the helmet won't come off? All the drugs that killed. If it doesn't come off, will she suffocate? Oh god, she may well be next.
You can hit her skull.
I'll take my chances.
Fucking hell.
Lie back. Brace yourself.
Oh god, this is awful.
You gonna put her under?
No, there's no time.
Oh god.
Try to relax.
Oh god. If they have to give her oxygen, and oh, I'm not good at medical procedure. Concussed is not the best thing right now, but you didn't have the murder helmet on. It could have been intended for Darby. They'd have known she was going investigating. I could even see the astronaut lady being behind it and having picked up the wrong helmet. Because I noticed that when they got in the car and Darby like took the helmets, she made like a very kind of like, I was like, oh, maybe they could get them mixed up. And I didn't know what the significance of that would be, but it like, crossed my mind that like, we don't know whose helmet's whose. I didn't know it could become a murder helmet. And especially with the car getting tossed and everything inside getting jumbled all around, she wouldn't even be able to remember, oh, Darby put my helmet on the left or whatever. Like, she would just purely have to guess, and she would need it to get back safely. So I don't think even this could potentially clear Astronaut Lady. Though I think, again, if it's Astronaut Lady, she's part of a wider scheme than just plain her. Hey, Zuma, want to sneeze when you go from dark to light? A lot of toys in this medical center. Is Zuma sick and they needed blood or like a don't? I told you this. I've been telling you this one.
I sneeze. It's called autosomal dominant melancholia-thalamic outburst. I sneeze from the light.
That wasn't quite as shocking as they hoped it would be, but it was still satisfying. I'd say that reveal was less shocking and more like, yes, I knew it, which I enjoy that feeling, so I'm good with it. Again, it doesn't fully explain everything. They have made various things look as though Zuma could be sick. Potentially, the secret of the parenthood could have come to light if they'd maybe asked Bill to donate something or other. I don't know. I could be completely reading into Zuma. He could be a very healthy child. I do not know. But definitely that, and even like the money from the company could even have been going into like researching the specific illness his son has or something. And so maybe she would have had to come clean, or they do some sort of a test and they'd be like, actually, the blood type we need or whatever is not either of you. And then he'd be like, but if I'm the dad, how is that possible? Maybe he always knew he wasn't the dad. Who knows? But we will find out. Now, I don't necessarily think that means 100% they killed Bill, because it would suggest they probably would want Bill alive, unless they're gonna like use his organs or something. Though I don't really know. I think we're past that point now. But that could have been the secret Bill had learned, and maybe it could be linked to what he was there to investigate, or it could be something entirely separate to what he was there to investigate. But it was very intriguing nonetheless. Bill, they've made him. I don't love the age gap between him and Darby. I think it's an age gap that at the age they are now, I don't have a problem with, but at the ages they were then, I do. Even though I do think Darby is at the 18-ish age, old, mature for her age, she is still an 18-year-old, and so I don't like someone in their early 20s being with an 18-year-old. But again, it's not like unforgivable, and I think given, at least you could kind of see that he didn't rush into things. When she initiated, he pulled back and he made sure they talked about it first. Like, I guess, I don't think it makes him a terrible person, and in general he seems like quite a sweet person, and again, I'm still sad he died. And for him to find out he had a son would very much throw him. I know he wants kids. We heard about that in this episode. But I still don't know whether his death is going to be linked to this eternal intrigue, or whether his death is going to be linked to whatever they were investigating, something. Because both he and Rohan being here seems quite unlikely for who they were, so what are they here for? What are they investigating? It's not 100% clearing. Sean, I know Astronaut Lady's name now, because we know that she can hack, and she played it down. When Darby's like, okay, I trust you because you're not a hacker, she didn't say, well, I can hack cars. Like, I have a little bit of hacking skills, but I promise you I'm not like a hacker. And again, she could also be innocent and have been withholding that information because she knew Darby would be suspicious and would only trust her if she thought she was not a hacker. But it's suspicious, and I still think that if she had intention, like, it was her idea that they should go out in the snow. Again, I don't know that the killer could have had foreplanning to know that Rohan had been sneaking out and that Darby knew about it, and that therefore they should all go. Though I suppose they did know that she'd been out in the cold, so I don't know, maybe. She always had a plan to lure Darby into the snow and wanted her helmet to be the one that malfunctioned. But at the same time, would someone have had to initiate the hack since they'd arrived back at the base? Because then that does exonerate it. So I need like the timeline of when the helmet was hacked. If the helmet was hacked when they put them on in the first place, then Sean is still a suspect. If the helmet was hacked once they arrived back, then someone was out to get Sean. If it was done beforehand, I think someone was trying to stop Darby investigating. Because even if Darby's death were to be obviously a murder, she is the best qualified one, the only one there that is actually good at investigating, and without her you'd probably get away with it a lot more easily than you will do with her looking into everything. Not a great deal of insights. We know obviously that Rohan was communicating with someone linked to his ship. We know that he and Bill were investigating stuff. We know how Silver Doe case was solved. We've kind of watched them put all the pieces together. We've yet to watch them realise who the ring belonged to, and that it's a woman who's been missing, that her husband was in the police force or whatever, and then go to the house, but we can kind of piece that together. We know Bill was looking into something. We know someone didn't want him to be. We know the person can hack, but pretty much everybody here can hack. So we're not that much closer to any answers, but you can feel that we are getting closer. The downside of that is the body count is rising, and yes, this so far was only an attempted murder. It was very nearly a successful murder. So I'm really enjoying the way the case is solved. Darby is a fantastic lead character, and I'm just really excited to see where it goes next. And I'm feeling that wonderful vindication of I knew Zuma was going to turn out to be his kid. Thank you so much for watching.